Jay's been watching this penalty shootout. Fulham just one penalty away now, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, it was Robertson that has just put the ball in the back of the net so nonchalantly. I'm waiting now. I mean, Man United have to score this. Sorry, Lindelof missed the penalty. He's gone to whip it in the bottom corner. The keeper's gone the same way and saved it. Xerxes stepping up now. He must score here. And Leno saved another one, and that's it. That's it.
In front of the Stretford end. Fulham have won 4-3 on penalties. Wow. What an FA Cup tie it was.
It was a great FA Cup tie, but, I mean, there's a lot of positives to take from this performance, especially in extra time from Man United. But overall, I would say that Fulham have been the better team, even though Man United had better chances.
But, I mean, very disappointing for 70 minutes, wasn't it? No intensity.
No, that's why I said they came out, they were very passive, not closing down properly, not being aggressive in tackles. And it was Fernandes that, you know, changed the game. He got man of the match in the game because he's dragged his team forward. I mean, the shining lights were Garnacho, Fernandes, Obi when he come on, the young lad, he played really well. But it wasn't enough throughout the whole, 120 minutes. There was parts of the game where they was good, but they just wasn't consistent enough. They don't keep the ball well enough. And ultimately, when you play at this level, you need to keep the ball and you need to be on the front foot all the time. Mistakes cost them against set pieces. They've conceded 11 goals this season from set pieces, which is the most in the Premier League. It's just not good enough.
But Alejandro Garnacho came on, and that changed everything for Manchester United.
Yeah. When he was on the pitch, he was a threat all game. Everyone was looking for him. He's a threat in behind. He's a threat to feet. Defenders hate playing against him because when he gets the ball, he can dribble inside. He can shoot well. He can go on the outside and put balls in the box, crosses in the box. And that's why, when he came on, that was the biggest cheer of the match because he came on. And that tells me that the fans thought it was a mistake to leave him on the bench anyway, because ultimately that's one of your best players. You're leaving on the bench. He's a young player. He can learn from his mistakes, which was, he had a bad reaction to the manager bringing him off. But who doesn't? I don't think it's a reason to drop him. You can speak to him. If he does it again, then drop him. But anyway, he came on the pitch and he showed the Man United manager why he should be starting every game.
So what does Ruben Amorim do now? It's a huge match in prospect on Thursday in the Europa League against Real Sociedad.
Of course, in the Premier League, they've got nothing to play for, but, the Europa League, they've got something to play for here. They've got a legitimate chance of winning the competition. If they can take these positives and add with the intensity, pressing high, pressing with aggression, not just being passive, trying to protect and intercept passes. They need to get after people. And when they do that, like they did in extra time, they can win football matches.
Fulham, let's talk about them. Now, Marco Silva rested players midweek in the Premier League with an eye on this game.
Yeah.
Now that's almost unheard of in this day and age.
Yeah.
Was it a gamble?
It was a gamble to a point because it's funny because we were speaking about this off-air, me and Clinton. It just seems like managers now, they rest players in the FA Cup, which is an historically massive competition. But I feel like now there's a legitimate chance for the likes of Fulham, Bournemouth, Brighton to go and win a competition, get some silverware. So the fact that he's brought them players back in, a strong side. Iwobi played really well. Smith Rowe come on for Traore, got injured early on. Fulham have been good all season, and they've put a good performance in now. They've controlled the tempo of the game, and ultimately they held their nerve at the end to win the penalty shootout.
Yeah, I mean, they've never won the FA Cup, so this is, they've decided that 9th in the league, probably with games against like some of the top 4 teams coming up, this is their best chance into Europe. The FA Cup. Yeah,
definitely. And they've got a great chance. They've played really well this season. They're 9th in the league, but they've put in some big performances against big teams at crunch times. And I like the manager. He's got a clear philosophy again. All the teams that have done really well this season, they all have something in common, and that's a clear philosophy, and it's when players come in and play, they know exactly what's expected of them. The likes of Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham, Aston Villa, which is great to see. So they've got a real chance of winning something now.
It's wide open, isn't it?
Wide
this FA
open,
Cup?
wide
no
open.
Liverpool, no Chelsea, no Arsenal. Manchester United have gone.
Man City.
Man
City's there.
are still there.
They're still there, but, I mean, they've been shaky this year with their defence. Going forward, they've been great, but defensively, they look really shaky. So that's why, you know, you look at Brighton. Brighton are one of the favourites now. No one wants to play against Brighton, and obviously Bournemouth had a fantastic season as well. So no one wants to play against them too. Man City will be praying for a nice, favourable draw.
Thank you very much for your company, Jay. It's been quite an afternoon and you've had to stay late.
Exactly. It's been a
Ruben Amorim hints at Man United squad summer clear-out as ruthless manager warns his players about harming the team. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has admitted that he has to be ruthless with the players at the club ahead of a summer clear-out. United have endured a miserable season, with Amorim having found it difficult to improve the team's fortunes since his appointment in November. Amorim's side are languishing in 14th place in the Premier League, although they are still active in the FA Cup and the Europa League. Midfielder Casemiro is a potential candidate to leave, while Marcus Rashford, who is on loan at Aston Villa, could depart permanently. Forwards Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee also face uncertain futures. Amorim said, "I don't like to be like that just to show strength." Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has admitted he needs to be ruthless with his players. Midfielder Casemiro is a potential candidate to leave United in the summer transfer window. Forwards Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee have found it difficult to meet expectations. Marcus Rashford, who is on loan at Aston Villa, could depart United permanently if the team is trying. "And I understand that they are trying, but they cannot do it. I am not ruthless, but when I feel that it is something which is going to harm the team, then I am quite ruthless." Amorim admitted that some United players are already aware that they will have to leave the club. He said, "Everybody understands that in football sometimes you stay, sometimes you have to move on. If I know how to explain it, I will do so because I like to be clear. I was a player and like to use that experience. When you are honest with someone, they can take it. In the beginning maybe it is hard, but they will understand. I'm quite honest with my players and sometimes they know they have to move on at the end of the season. We can talk about that in the end. Now there are still a lot of games to play. But that is clear and not a difficult situation. Despite their struggles this campaign, there is still a possibility that United could secure some silverware." On Sunday, Amorim's team are in FA Cup action when they host Fulham. Ruben Amorim reveals why Antony struggled at Man United and the reason behind Brazilian winger doing much better with Real Betis in La Liga. Ruben Amorim has revealed why Antony struggled at Manchester United and the reason he's doing much better in La Liga. The Brazilian has been an instant hit at Real Betis, scoring 3 goals in his first 7 matches while also providing 2 assists. Antony's recent form has been in stark contrast to his miserable spell in Manchester following an €85 million move from Ajax in 2022. He scored just 12 goals in 96 appearances for the Red Devils, and Amorim believes there's one key factor that contributed to winger's struggles in the Premier League. When you play against any team in England, the physicality is there. If you don't have physicality, you will struggle a lot, the United boss told Rio Ferdinand for TNT Sports. Antony is so much better now in Spain. It's because of a lot of factors, but I guarantee you it's physicality. Ruben Amorim has revealed why Antony struggled in the Premier League. The Brazilian has been an instant hit at Real Betis, scoring 3 goals in 7 matches. Antony's recent form has been in stark contrast to his miserable spell in Manchester. Antony recently opened up on his renewed energy since making the switch to Spain. "I've had a great time in Manchester too. I won 2 titles and am very grateful," he told Spanish outlet AS. "But when I say that I've found myself here, I'm happy. The people are like us in Brazil. The sun helps a lot. I'm very happy here. I wake up every day with a smile and that's very important. I have a lot of friends who played here and they left me very calm so that I could sign here. I was sure in my heart that coming here was the best decision for me. I hope to continue like this." As part of their loan agreement with United, Betis have agreed to cover a large portion of his salary, which is in excess of €100,000 per week. Betis have already made it clear that they are open to keeping Antony on a permanent deal, while United will now be looking to recoup a portion of the sum they spent to sign him in 2022.